Four news stories for you. Firstly, a few updates from Sudan. We did not cover Sudan in the past 2 to 3 days. What's happening there? Because we know that protests were going on there. Then UN mission intervened. UN integrated transition assistance mission was trying to make all parties sit together by having consultations with them. We have two updates from Sudan for you. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian National Dialogue is off to a very bad start. Three political parties seem to be out of this process because today Ethiopian House of People's Representatives released a list of 42 potential National Dialogue commissioners, and 11 going to be chosen out of the 42. But the list has been rejected by three main political parties. Thirdly, viewers, ICRC, International Committee of Red Cross, is continuing its cargo flights for the provision of medical aid to Tigray. Today, 10th flight landed in Mekelle. And lastly, viewers, we have an update about USAID's assistance for Ethiopia. Last week, USAID announced around 11 billion Ethiopian birr investment in Oromia. Today, USAID announced around 10 billion Ethiopian birr assistance for Amhara region. Firstly, viewers, Sudan, where we know that protests have been going on since the 25th of October when Abdul Fattah al-Burhan tried to stage a coup. PM Abdullah Hamdok put under house arrest. Later, he was reinstated. Protests continued. Abdullah Hamdok resigned. Government forces are using force against protesters, and around 70 have been killed. Several hundred have been injured in the use of force by Sudanese government forces, Sudanese military. Now, UN mission in Sudan, UN mission for assistance of transition was trying to form an agenda for talks amongst stakeholders. It was trying to have consultations with all stakeholders. But today, one of the top players in this conflict has decided against meeting UN mission. Sudan's professional union has refused to have a meeting with the UN mission. We know that this professional union played a key role in overthrowing al-Bashir's government, and this professional union has been organizing these protests going on since the 25th of October. Now, the union is not meeting with UN mission. On the other hand, viewers, Sudanese military says it will not surrender. Its powers cannot be curtailed. The powers can only be curtailed through an agreement. So, situation is set to worsen in Sudan. Interestingly, Sudan-Egypt border has been closed for more than a week. In a previous video, I told you about that. The border is still closed. We got confirmation from some sources. So it means, viewers, that things do not seem to be moving in the right direction in Sudan. Tensions are set to rise in coming days. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian National Dialogue, much talked about National Dialogue, is off to a very bad start. Today, Ethiopian House of People's Representatives released a list of 42 potential National Dialogue Commissioners. Out of the 42, 11 will be chosen after receiving public comments, public response. List has been made public. The list has been rejected by three main political parties. Firstly, Oromo Federalist Congress, Professor Miragudina Jawar Bakle Garba's party. Secondly, Oromo Liberation Front, Dawood Ibsa's party. Thirdly, Ogaden National Liberation Front, based in Somali region of Ethiopia. They have rejected the process of finalizing National Dialogue Commissioners. Reportedly, before the release of this list of 42 potential National Dialogue Commissioners, a meeting was called by a Speaker of Ethiopian House of People's Representatives, but OFC did not attend the meeting. Jawar Bekle Garba party did not attend the meeting. OLF leadership was not invited. And ONLF has also rejected this list. It means that National Dialogue is off to a very bad start. Important thing is that the 11 National Dialogue Commissioners must be selected after consensus. All parties, all regions must have consensus about these 11 National Dialogue Commissioners. Three parties have rejected the list. Tigray is not on board. We know that one of these 42 members is from Tigray, who has been rejected by Tigray supporters. I have seen several social media posts rejecting the person who is part of this list, and he is a Tigrayan reportedly. So, you see that three main parties, Tigray, are not on board. They are rejecting this list of 42 potential National Dialogue Commissioners. Ethiopian government released Jawar Bekle Garba, TPLF leaders, at the start of last month. It said that this lease will pave the way for upcoming National Dialogue. But the parties are rejecting this sort of national dialogue. They say that there must be an independent body which should finalize these national dialogue commissioners. HOPR, House of People's Representatives, should not be the body to select, to oversee the process. That is the main objection of OFC, OLF and ONLF. So, disagreements continue. Prosperity Party, led by PM Abiy, is not stepping back. It wants a national dialogue overseen by Ethiopian Parliament. But political parties say that Parliament should not have any role. Some independent body, international or local, should oversee this process. Now, thirdly was Tigray, where 10th cargo flight landed in Tigray. ICRC, International Committee of Red Cross, confirmed today that it supplied medical aid to Tigray, and it was its 10th flight since the 26th of January. So, in the past 8 to 9 days, ICRC has dispatched 10 flights carrying medical aid to Tigray. A very positive development. At least medical aid is starting to arrive in Tigray. If 10 flights have landed in Tigray in the past 8 to 9 days, it's a very positive development. Lastly, USAID, which was under fire a few months ago, which was being accused of backing Tigray People Liberation Front, is now hand in glove with Ethiopian government. It announced 2 major projects for Ethiopia in the last 10 days. Last week, it announced a project for Oromia worth around 11 billion, 10.2 billion Ethiopian birds. Today, USAID announced assistance for Amhara region worth 11 billion Ethiopian birds. 11 billion Ethiopian birds. USAID, in collaboration with Ethiopian bodies, will provide aid in 18 Woredas of Amhara region. This aid is part of PSNP, Productive Safety Net Program of Ethiopia. USAID has been helping this program. The program was launched in 2005, and the purpose of this program was to provide aid to those regions where there is food insecurity. This program is functional in Tigray, Amhara, Oromia, BG, SNNPR, and Afar. Ethiopia was one of the largest recipients of foreign assistance before the start of this war. But then there was suspension of this aid. Now it seemed that once again, Ethiopia is starting to receive financial assistance from the US. Thank you for watching.